Yo, how is everyone? I'm doing my first tutorial on a RUSS Millions type beat. I'm gonna get straight into it and we're gonna make it as simple as possible. We're gonna be using other people's samples in this video just to make it easy to understand with the drums, and I'll show you an example of something that I've done. So I've just opened the project. I've got a lot to do with it, a lot of mixing, a lot of effects, a lot of changing, but very basic to understand what to do and what to use, and I'll show you what I did, and then we will make our own beat and I'll show you obviously how to do that. So this is the sample that was used. Sample by LJS. I'll put his YouTube in the description. And always to make sure when using samples, if it's someone else's, to put their tag in it and read. If you've got their kit, make sure to read, because usually there's stuff about the readme, so always make sure to do that. So we've just got a very basic, very simple sample there, and as you can see, it's in F minor by LJS. So 144 BPM, this is the beat. Very basic but different variation, so I'll go through every bit. So I'll go through the kick. As you can hear, very bassy. I put it down to A sharp, and I didn't turn it all the way up because of my master, because I did all this. You've got different EQs for the low end and unwanted frequencies, like from 20 or 30 hertz below. Fresh Air, which is a free plugin, I can leave that in the description too. This will make mid or high better, especially for vocals, very good. And this frequency splitter is very good. Use that. Soft clipper as well there. Shout out to my guy Apollo for helping me with that. I'll leave him in the description as well. Check out his beats. His beats are insane. Then we've got the 808. Very, very basic pattern. Very, very basic. I've got the snare. Very basic pattern. With different velocity change. And then we've got this, which is like a second canvas now. You want to add a fill. I always add that, and I added this too, because it's a riser as well. You've got this. You always want to do little drops and little things to make it variate. For example, here you've got this. I did that off time on purpose, because it's very different doing your own style. Never let anyone tell you should do it this way, that way. And then this is the second 808 pattern. And then you've got that. I'm in a new project and I'm gonna open my LJS folder. I have quite a lot of his stuff because his kits, he releases them so quickly. His work ethic is insane, and this is a recent one that I got, and very sick, very, very, very sick. So for this, we're going to use the money sample, and We're going to make sure everything's in time, so I'll put it to 144. We're going to cut it. And he leaves, you know, starts without the bass and little extra effects with a sub bass. I just stick with this. Go here and do all R and start, you know, and then it does a whole thing, so like this. And then you've got that. Or you can do consolidate track. Depending on how patient you are, it doesn't really matter. Always make sure to take this off. Just rename it to whatever as this, just so we know. And then, as you can see here, so what we want to do is we'll go to all, we'll do Control L, and there you have it there. I like doing different colors just to make it easier to see. Just put it on green, not the best color. And then I'll Control and left click, Control L, and get that put in there. One of the first things we need to do is put the sound down a little bit. Gonna put it to 3.4. Go to EQ. I'm gonna EQ the low ends out. You can either do it like that, so you drag it down and then drag that, or just go to this. And there we go. Takes the low end out. And then what I like to do is I like to go to pattern 1, make an 8 bar here, and we'll go to counter snares. I'm going to go in the Empire drum kit by Slipper Hayes. Again, recommend. I'll put his channel in the link in the description. He's insane. He's sick at doing RUSS millions type beats, and I've got inspiration from him from doing stuff as well. He's got videos on there of how to make your own samples, which you can go check out. I'm going to be doing one of them eventually, but for now, I'm going to keep it basic because I know people, I was like this, who struggle to even just use loops and samples, so it's just an easy way. Get into the basics. I'm going to go with the dash, make sure everything's alright here. I'm going to do a simple drill pattern like this. It'll look like this there, but I prefer doing it here and then just copy and pasting it so I understand it. And then you go from the middle and you just do it over, Control and B. And then very, very simple. And then you don't want it to have too much. And then you could just copy like that. There we go. Put that there, copy it over. Very, very simple. You don't want to do too much with it. Gonna go to snares. One of my favorite snares. Do a very basic pattern. Put the velocity down there. Bring it up. Copy it over, and then, you know, for here, maybe you want to add some variation, so I could do something like that. So we're on the mixer and we're on the master, and here I have all these again. Fresh air, frequency splitter, get rid of the low ends, clipper. Sounds very good. This is how it sounds now. And you can always turn whatever you want off. Like this, might be too high, so you can bring it down. I'll bring it to there. Put that down there. You want this to be a bit higher. Beautiful. So I'm going to bring this kick in. I'm going to get an 808 from this kit that I got. Very, very sick. You could just use something as basic as this. So you go on it and you see this sometimes. If people put it on different semitones and different notes, it doesn't always work. So you've got to always make sure that's all the way down, as you can see. It's changed. Cut to self. Tack all the way down. Hold all the way up and everything else just down. And then go to here. Control A. Left click this. Detect pitch regions. And as you can see, this bit's the longer bit. So we'd go with this. But sometimes you can do that. It depends how it is. You just got to try it. It's all about trying. So we'll just leave it on C and see how it is for now. And then, there you go. Beautiful. It's there because I forgot. G sharp. So we'll put this into G sharp. If you don't know how to do that, you just click this little arrow up here, go to view, go to scale highlighting, go to G sharp. And then there you go. You can put it as much as. So we're going to have a very, very basic pattern here. And then you can just copy that over. So we'll always do different patterns and stuff. But we'll do this. And then we'll go into the kick. And we're going to start off with this. And there you go. Very, very basic kick pattern there. Copy that over. You don't want it too boosted because it ruins some of the sounds. So I just bring it there, and you want to bring it down a couple. You know, you can bring it down one, depending. 2, 3. You could even go down a whole octave. Just but for now we're just gonna go with A sharp, and that sounds good to me. And we're going to get this. We're going to go to perc 1. And what we'll do is we'll follow a little bit of this. And then here we have. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit. And with this is where you can get quite creative. And then you see that looks beautifully. But explore with it. Put them to it now. And you can put that up. And then we will put this over here. And then we can put effects on that in the mixer after. But this is what we have so far. We can put the effects on all of it and master it and mix it later, but this is what we have so far. With this, I would go to here and put the feed up to maybe 20. And then you can get any other perk for this. I'm going to just use this. As you can hear, very, very basic. And I put the Bongo Perc in, and this is what it sounds like. You don't want to overdo it, so we might just literally leave it like that. Make sure this is off. But like this, I'm going to put this in as well. Very, very subtle things, and we'll control and click down. Control L, we'll just do change color to like a red, so I know the difference. So with the Bongo Perc, we want to put that there. bring it down a little bit because you don't want it to hit too much. Bring that there, and we can bring this pan to the right. We can make this a little bit mono, 30%, put it up a bit. Bring that down a little bit. So we have that. And one thing we can do is we can go to this perk. So one thing I would do is I go to my counter snare, look at the EQ, and I'd just get rid of some of the low end of it. There we go. You don't want too much of it because you don't want everything clashing. Then I would get this free plugin called Pancake 2. And it looks like this. And I'd bring this to 50 and it pans for you and you can make your own stuff and you've got your own presets in there. But for now we just need to leave it like that. So I right clicked pattern 1 and I got rid of it and this is it. And if you're just, instead of, individually and going like that, is you click the top one and then you hold shift and you click the bottom and you drag. I've put it in. And it first went over here, but what you can do is alt and arrow keys and it'll move it around. So I just moved it up, put it on the same color, put the effects on. And we need to bring it down to the same thing and then we can bring it up after. So there's no issue at all with that. There we go, beautiful, it's the exact same. Now we have Kickstarter, we can try it. I'm going to go to fills. I'm going to look for something that's 144. I think we'll try this one. For arranging it, you can put this here. You don't want it to cloud this though. So we've got that. What I usually do, just to make it so we know which bit is which, is do something like this, so I understand where the melodies are and stuff. So this is what can make beats so much better, give it a bit more filled rather than, a bit more full rather than it being quite space. But if you're doing it for an artist, you don't want to have too much on it. This is very, very basic RUSS type beat, and we'll start with this. This is what we have now. I've just added, put it in a certain order. I've added this riser. Bring that volume down a slight bit, 73, not too much. So here we can do make unique. So we can either get another 808, 909, something like this, and we could just drag it in, copy it, make sure everything's in key. Just added a 909, we'll see what it sounds like. If not, we'll change it. I like that a lot. I'm going to copy it over, make unique. I'm going to put it up a little bit to there. So with this, so I'm thinking, like that, very basic. But we could do some sort of nuts thing here that just slowly gets louder. you know, like very quite basic. So we'll go like this, like that. But what we'll do is we'll slowly just ring it up. So I changed it, and we have this. So I've done a basic arrangement, and I'll go through it. So this is the intro. I changed 808. I've, as you can see, I put it back a little bit to give it some space, give it time to drop, to make it sound better. Here I cut it out a little bit again to do the similar thing. So this is the hook. It doesn't go straight into the kick. Then this is 70. This is 24 bars, and then it goes straight into the verse that has 3 different 808 patterns, and then 3 different kicks, different kind of very. I then moved on to the verse. I've got 3 different kicks, 3 different 808 patterns. They're actually 909s, but yeah. And I did a bit of arrangement here. Quite basic there, didn't need to do too much. I just copied this over. You don't need to do too much with it, so I'll show you the verse now. And I'll show you the full beat at the end, and you can let me know what you think. And then you've got, so that's the verse. So then I just copied it over, and it's 2 minutes 25, and then you can add it again. This is what I do. It's very, very basic, this. And what I would do is I would right click from there to here. Make sure you're on the edge. Go to the mixer, go to the master, and then just bring that down and it fades out. So I will show you the full beat and let me know what you think. Anything I can do better, anything you want me to do, any tutorial. I'll try and make it as simple as possible. This is my first, so I'll take any criticism to improve in my next ones. Thank you for watching. I am lunar. This LTS on the beat.